going to be testing out Ubuntu Studio version 2204 LTS, the long-term support version, Jammy Jellyfish. Let's jump in. This is Ubuntu Studio. If you want to download it, go to ubuntustudio.org and click download. So this is a Linux operating system, FOSS, free and open source, as you probably already know. If you're not familiar with that, this is a introductory video to anyone who's new to Linux. So if you're familiar with Linux, you're probably going to get frustrated, and I would suggest maybe finding something a little more detailed. This is just a quick overview of Ubuntu Studio, and I'm going to speak a little bit about Linux. So let's get started. I'm going to close my browser, and here we are. This is Ubuntu Studio. I've changed the background picture to incorporate the Jammy Jellyfish for the new, the latest version of Linux. If you're not familiar with Linux and you don't know what Linux is, it's a open source operating system, open source software, free and open source. Free stands for freedom. Open source stands for free, basically. Open source means that it's open to anyone. You can download it, try it, manipulate it, change the software. All the code is open source, so there's no secrets. Everything is there for you to see and there for you to work with, which is what makes it so appealing. Because when it comes to things like Apple or Microsoft, you know, there's a lot of proprietary software, and that means that the software is hidden and we don't know what we're downloading and installing onto our machines, onto our property. That's something that we should be concerned about nowadays, especially where big companies and corporations are selling your data and profiting off of your data. That's your data. You should be making money off of that. And with open source software, you can do that because this empowers you. So let's check this out. I'm actually using OBS, which comes standard with Ubuntu Studio. I'm using it to record this video, and I'll show you what that looks like right now. This is OBS Open Broadcaster software, usually used for streaming, but it's also used for recording videos. And once your videos are recorded, you can bring them into something like kdenlive. Here, if you right click and go to show alternatives, you have alternative ways of seeing your menu. So this, I believe, was the one that came with the download. I'm going to switch to that and show you. And this is what it looks like, which is typically what you would see in some Linux operating systems. I really like this. This is a lot like the Windows 10, Windows 11 interface. And there's a lot of editing capabilities, stuff like that. It's really nice. You can really change the design. You know, you have your dark and your light theme. So looking into the menu here, you can go down to audio production, graphic design, video, and look at the software you get. With graphic design, GIMP, GNU image manipulation. GIMP is amazing. It's a lot like Photoshop. Again, it's free. Inkscape, another free one. You can download these on Windows as well. They're free there. Don't go to the Microsoft store. You're going to end up paying. Just go to the website directly and download it there. Blender 3D manipulation software, another amazing program. This one's really popular with people working in 3D animation, VR, augmented reality, stuff like that. In video production, we have Blender again. DroidCam is something I just installed recently. This is a really nice little program. It works really well with Ubuntu Studio. So if you're wondering if DroidCam works, it does. DroidCam allows you to use your cell phone as a webcam, and it works with iPhone and Android phones. So you download the app on your phone and you download the app here in Ubuntu Studio, and it works great. kdenlive is an amazing program. So here you have your video software, editing software. This, if you're familiar with the video editing interface, this will look familiar to you. Let's close that and go back into the menu. And then you got games and other things, utilities. So yeah, this is just a brief overview of Ubuntu Studio. It's a beautiful program. I've been playing with it now for a few days. It works great. It runs smooth. So let's just take a quick look at OBS and see what this is all about. I'll walk you through some of the things I've done here. It's really simple to use. If you want to add a source, a camera source, or a recording device, if you have a mic, whether you're using the mic that's built into your laptop, you click here and you can click add audio capture. Will be generally, you know, add existing. I have a microphone plugged in, so I'm going to click add existing and click OK. And that's going to give me access to my microphone, which you can see right here. If I go over here, now I have my desktop audio, which I have on mute. I don't want to use my desktop audio because you're going to hear the fan and everything else running. So I have a mic plugged in. And if I click here and go to properties, here you can pick, again, I could go back to default, but I have it set to microphone. Once you've set it to microphone, click here again on the little gear icon and go into advanced audio properties. And make sure that you click mono. This way you'll have the sound coming through both sides, left and right. And click close. If you have any issues with your audio, go up here to the little speaker, right click and go to configure audio devices, and you can configure your audio volume. If you left click, you can make sure that you have the correct settings set here. So your microphone, internal microphone again. Where do you want to hear the sound from? Your headphones or your stereo, whatever you have set up at the time. So when I go to configure audio, that's a right click, and I'm going to go to configure audio devices. I had to turn my microphone volume up a little bit in order for it to sound nice. And I also needed to come back down here, click on the gear icon and go to filters. And I added noise suppression and gain. Because I'm using an older microphone, there's a lot of feedback and static, and that'll get rid of that. All right. That's it for this short video. I just wanted to run over Ubuntu Studio and show you guys what it's all about. It looks amazing, and I can't wait to dig in and mess with it some more. Ardour is also, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's also a really great audio software. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos. My next video, I'm going to be showing you how to install OpenVPN on your router for free. It'll be free. It's a 1-year free service, OpenVPN. So that's OpenVPN, and what you're going to be doing is installing OpenVPN in the cloud, a server in the cloud, and then adding the client to your router. But you could also download the client on your machine and use a CLI, which is a command line interface. Basically, it's an app. You're going to have an app on your machine, and that's another way of using it. So if you're not familiar with AWS is Amazon Web Services. And with Amazon Web Services, you can rent computational power in the cloud and run a server in the cloud, which is where we will be installing the OpenVPN. So that's the video I'm going to be working on today. This was just a quick introductory. I wanted to try OBS Studio, which I'm going to be using from now on to make my videos. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So as a little bonus, I'm just going to show you some editing in kdenlive. I'm actually editing this video that I'm working on right now. So what you want to do after you've recorded your video in OBS Studio, what I did was I did a screen capture. So I'm recording what I'm seeing on my monitor. As soon as you hit stop recording, it automatically goes into your file system. So all you got to do is go up here. I'll open OBS Studio. So just ignore this. It's pretty trippy and distracting. Just go up to File and Show Recordings. And right away, that's going to open your Dolphin file system, which is your folder system where you can find your files. And you're going to see that your recordings have automatically dropped into there. And I'm going to close OBS Studio, and I'm going to open kdenlive. And when you open kdenlive, what you want to do is go to the little plus sign here in the top left corner, and you can add media that way. See, if I go to videos, the videos don't show up. So the best way to do it is actually to open Dolphin and grab your video and drop it in. You're going to see that little green plus sign, and then you drop it in there. Once you've done that, your video will be sitting here in the can, and from there you can grab it, drag it, and drop it into your timeline where you can manipulate and edit the video. Once it's in your timeline, you can start editing your video. When you click on it, it's going to highlight the video and the audio file. You want to right click and click ungroup. And that's going to ungroup your clips, and now you can edit your video and your audio separately. But what's nice about it being grouped, and this is just a quick little editing tip. When you're grouped and your file is synced, so your video and your audio is synced and working together nicely, then what you can do is scroll through, and you can see here, this is where I'm breathing in. And that's wasting time. It doesn't sound nice, so I'm going to edit that. So I'm going to use my keyboard shortcuts. X is to bring up your clipping tool, and S is your grabbing tool. So I'm going to click X, I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click here. Now I'm going to click S, and I can grab that. Right click, I'm going to click off of it. Then I'm going to grab this piece that I've just cut, and I'm going to delete it. And then when I grab here, because they're grouped, they both highlight, and I've cut at the same spot, highlighted both at the same time, drag them both at the same time. So that way you're not going to get unsynced. Another way to clip, here's another blank spot over here. This is another way to do it. It's a little quicker. So I click X, I get my cutting tool, I'm going to cut here. And then what I can do is go back to my grab tool and just grab the edge and drag it right to where I start speaking again. And then grab that entire file, drag it over. And now when I play it, I get a nice smooth playback with no delays, no breathing, nothing like that. So that's just a small tip for Kdenlive, how to bring in a file and start manipulating it right away. The best way to learn this is just to do it. So jump in and start doing it. Down here in the bottom right is your zoom. So you can zoom your file if you want to zoom right in and really, cut a sound or a piece of video footage precisely, frame by frame. I'm going to zoom back out. So this is the entire video. I've edited about half of it, and now I'm going to add this. I'm going to add this at the end as a little bonus, and that'll be my video for today. So again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos.